Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Dave for 4H Games. I'm just gonna talk about my thoughts on the E3 press conferences for Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo. I don't think I'm alone here. I really don't. When I say that Microsoft's press conference is probably the best one out of the three. Even though Nintendo released their new system details and have their game demos on the show floor, you can't even contend with Microsoft anymore at this point. Like Nintendo's sales are dropping, Microsoft's sales are rising. It just seems that Nintendo was knocked off of that high pedestal that Microsoft has now claimed. But just things off. The Kinect. It was alright, When it first came out, I didn't really care about it. I still kind of don't care about it. But now, they're showing a lot of things that they kind of promised in the beginning. They have the true voice commands now, which is awesome. Just chilling back on your couch, telling just, okay, Xbox, turn on Netflix, for instance, put on this movie. That's all cool. The Mass Effect voice commands, that was pretty cool, but a little bit unnecessary. Like, why? Why am I gonna be lazy that I can't turn the joystick over to that option? I don't know. But, I mean, it's cool. It's showing the technology's grown a little bit, but I just kind of feel like it's unnecessary. My favorite part about it, though, was the body recreation system where you sit in front of the camera, whatever you're wearing, then it changes into whatever you're wearing, and it changes your avatar to look like you. That's awesome. That stuff I'm completely down for. The UFC options, that's cool for anybody who likes UFC out there. I mean, I know a lot of people who are UFC fans that are going to enjoy being able to order the pay-per-views over Xbox Live and talk about who's going to win and rate who's going to win and see who has the highest rating. It's kind of like betting without money, and that's always cool, right? But besides all that Kinect stuff, there really wasn't too many games. I mean, you had those Disney game, and watching those little kids pretend like they were having fun was pretty funny because they're pretty bad actors, but you can't really blame them for trying because they're little kids. But it was funny, and the Disneyland game actually looks a little cool because I've never been to Disneyland, and that's a pretty cool to be able to play a game that recreates Disneyland. I kind of thought that was what Epic Mickey was going to do, but it really didn't, and that's kind of was a letdown. But aside from all that Kinect stuff, there was really nothing. There were only three real games that I was excited for. I mean, you have Battlefield, but we all knew about Battlefield. We all knew about that. Gears 3, we all knew about that too. So all you're left with is the remake, and it's a remake of a Halo game. I mean, the best Halo game considered by many. And Halo 4. And Halo 4, they didn't show any real gameplay. They just showed that little snippet, that little teaser snippet at the end. And it looks pretty cool. And they also announced a new trilogy. And the key thing for that was they said a new trilogy for the Xbox 360. Now, does that mean we're going to have a 10-year life cycle for the 360? Or does that mean that they were just saying that just to show that there was a new trilogy coming out? Or just reading too much into the words, who knows. So, Ice-T came out on the stage for Gears of War 3, and that was pretty funny. I don't really know why they brought him out, probably just because he was in the game, but, I don't know, they didn't really play too much of the game, but it does look good. Everybody played the beta, so, I'm looking forward to that. So, like I said, though, they didn't really show any new games. They just showed a lot of new Kinect capabilities and what we basically knew was coming out. Modern 3 and Gears 3, Halo Remake, Halo 4. That's all we really knew that was coming out, and that's all we were shown. Really. I mean, nobody really knew about the Halo 4, but a lot of people were rumored to know, like, a lot of rumors are going around that a Halo remake was coming out. So, I'm kind of disappointed with that. I would have liked to see more games, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on in the future. Maybe they'll pull something out of their hat and surprise us for the holiday season. So, on to Sony. Sony. They let me down all the time now. It's a shame. It's a shame. Their only real good game is Uncharted. And of course, they open the show with Uncharted. You're opening the show with your best game. And what else is there to look forward to at this point? You open up the show with your best game, show it off, and it looks great. It looks great. The gameplay looks pretty cool. You know, it's another Uncharted game, but that's it, really. Those really... It's not... There's no substance there. I mean, they got Infamous 2 that came out, but come on. Really. It might just be me, whatever. But the PS Vita, or Vita, I forgot how they pronounced it, whatever, that looks awesome. It looks awesome. But I really think that a lot of people are still disappointed with how the PSP came out and how the PSP Go came out, and a big disappointment with all that. So I'm not sure if people are going to not realize it's a PSP 2. It is a PSP 2, essentially. It just changed the name because they don't want to, you know, have that PSP going on. But it is basically a PSP 2. So I don't know how many people are going to be tricked by this name change to PS Vita or Vita. PS Vita, I think it was. No, I don't remember. Who cares? But, but who's going to really be tricked by this and not know that this is a PSP 2? Not a lot of people. But it did look pretty cool how they had the Uncharted demo on that, and how, you know, they integrated the touch technology with fighting enemies and getting around the environment. That was pretty cool, and I enjoyed it, and it actually got me thinking about actually buying it. And to me, at this point, from what I've seen of PS Vita, or Vita, PS Vita, Nintendo 3DS kind of doesn't look as good anymore. And honestly, I was never a fan of the 3D aspect of the 3DS or anything, really. Like, Sony's pushed the 3D games. I don't want 3D games. So, you know, at this point in time, that system, that handheld is looking more hardcore friendly, and not even that, but just more fun than the Nintendo 3DS. But that's all that Sony really had too, and it was kind of disappointing. And to conclude, we go on to Nintendo. What the hell is this Wii U thing? They're showing this controller, and you put it up to the screen, and you get these awesome, like, new details of the game, and you get these joysticks on the thing, and it looks like a controller, but it's really big, and it has a screen on it. And they're mostly talking about the controller, the controller, the controller, the controller. They're putting out outputs of 1080p video games, but they're not showing how it's coming out. And then later we find out that there is actually a box with it, and it is a new console. But the whole conference, they weren't acting like it was a new console. They were acting like it was a new controller. Now, the new controller looks pretty cool, and it looks like it will be integrated pretty well with the Wiimote, but how much content can developers actually make with this thing that won't dry out as fast as the Wiimote did? Because the Wiimote was pretty cool when it came out. Doing a soup for it. Everybody is so excited for the Wii. It came out, everybody started playing it. They thought it was fun for like 5 minutes, and there you go. Like, the excitement's gone, and developers don't know what to do with it anymore. So is this going to happen again with the Wii U? Who knows? And, I mean, I can make fun of the name. What's the point? in a couple months, everybody's gonna be used to it, so who cares? Wii U, whatever. We thought it was going to be the Wii HD. It basically is a Wii HD because it looks just like a Wii, except it's a little curved now instead of a box, like a rectangle. It's a little curved, So, but Nintendo releasing a console gives graphics on par to this current generation for their next generation, leaves them kind of behind everything still. And I was hoping that Nintendo would jump ahead of everything because they were so behind with the Wii. So now you have 3 systems: Wii U, PlayStation 3, and the 360. The Wii U is probably the Wii U is definitely coming first, but how long is it going to be before the 360 and the well, not 360, but before Microsoft and Sony release their new consoles and then blow the Wii U out of the water? And what's going to make people want to stay using their Wii U's? And what's going to make people even want to buy a Wii U to begin with? Putting out graphics on par with the PS3 and their 360s, wouldn't you just want to stay with your PS3 and 360? And what are you going to do with your Wii box? The box that you still have for your Wii. You're just going to get rid of it? How are the downloads going to transfer over? What kind of multiplayer online environment are they going to have? They didn't go through any of that. So I'm really skeptical about everything that's going on with Nintendo now, because I feel like they're going in the wrong direction. They said that they were going to try to hit the hardcore gamers. Putting a joystick and a couple buttons on a tablet isn't really getting me to really want this system. Probably going to still get the system because I'm a Zelda fan, and that's the only place I can play Zelda. But I'm probably not going to... It's probably going to collect dust like my Wii did, I'm trying to say. So, unless they could come out with new, innovative ways to use this controller and use it in a way that keeps people excited and keeps developers wanting to develop for their system, I don't know. It might be just dead in the water. So, that's my thoughts on everything. If you leave a comment, that'd be great. You could check out our podcast on iTunes, 4H Games. You could follow us on Twitter at 4H Games. And you could send us an email at 4hgames@gmail.com. I'm Dave Tadros. Take care.